Today we're unboxing and reviewing the GameSir G7HE. This is a wired controller for both Xbox and PC. And it comes in both white and black, and I'll be checking out the white version today. So I've been using GameSir's Flux. I got that actually a month ago, so I've been enjoying that. And other than kind of mushy D-pad, it's been great. So I'm very interested to see what the G7 is going to have here that hopefully makes it stand out. Now the packaging is pretty damn good. It is vacuum sealed almost in here, but once you get it out, it is very easy to unbox. However, I will say that there's only 2 layers of cardboard between the outside and the controller, so a really bad knock or a lot of vibrations could do some potential damage. There's no padding whatsoever inside that would give it that extra little bit of protection when it's on the move. And then inside we've got the controller, a Type A to Type C USB cable, and then we have manuals, documentation, and a sticker. There's also 1 month of Game Pass Ultimate in here too. However, be noted that it only works on new accounts. So if you've had Game Pass in the past, or if you already have a subscription, this is useless to you. So maybe pass it on to a friend or something like that. And that's probably what I'll do with my code. And then it comes with a 3-meter USB A to C cable, and this is a very nice high quality cable. It also has a perfect design because the plastic part on the USB Type C is made to fit snugly into the controller. So as a result, it's hard to disconnect the cable accidentally. Whereas if you're using another USB cable with a smaller housing, only the connector is going to keep it in and it may come out easier. So I highly recommend using the cable that comes with the controller. Now here's a little listen to the sounds it makes. I'll also give you a comparison between the official Xbox controller and the Flux as well, so you can get a bit of an idea overall. And I've been using this controller for about a week now. So you can hear that the official controller has a way better D-pad. But I would say the G7 has a better overall D-pad than the Flux. And another thing about the controllers is the Flux is very blingy, has lots of RGB. I've got the RGB on this one down to 10% brightness, and that's because I do like it a little bit duller. And I've got to say, I do prefer the G7's looks, and surprisingly, the X logo here does not light up, and it's just a tiny little LED above it. It is very subtle, and I do like this about this controller, so it really matches my aesthetics very, very well. You'll also notice there's an additional button that the Flux doesn't have to mute your microphone down here, and you've also got an additional button over the official Xbox controller, which you can use as a function button so your other buttons do different things like put the volume up and down and such. There's also the official GameSir software on PC that you can download, and you can modify the triggers, the dead zones for the thumbsticks, and even what all the buttons do, and the paddles on the back, they come as unbound to begin with, so if you want to bind them to something, you can. And the great thing about the software is you don't have to have it running. It can all be uploaded to the controller with multiple profiles as well that you can switch to from the controller, so you never have to have the software going. That's one of the things I love about this controller. So overall, extremely impressed with this. It doesn't have the flaws that the Flux has for me with the D-pad, and it's still not as good a D-pad as the official controller, but this thing feels great. I remember the days when the third-party controllers were always terrible, and now they've got to the point where they are matching almost feature for feature, and this of course has some bonus features like additional buttons over the official Xbox controller, which makes this an absolutely excellent controller, and I do highly recommend it.